we're live. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
People,
hey.
Welcome.
We're flying to you, coming to you from.
Welcome to the Voltron Book Force. We are friends who meet every month for some live productivity sprints, reading, editing, writing, whatever that looks like to you. And this month we are on my channel. So if you're here, probably familiar with me. My name's Steph. And so let's go around and introduce everyone first. So I guess we'll go clockwise. So Margaret, you want to go ahead first?
Sure. I'm Margaret Pinard. I am an author and booktuber, and I talk books, both sides, and all kinds. So that's what you get. But I'm also a historical fiction nerd. So if you're in history and that kind of thing, I'm your gal.
I like that. I'm starting to come around on the historical fiction. So I'm getting there. I'm a work in progress. Sandy Golston, book 2. I'm starting to come around on the historical. Okay, I don't know.
It wasn't me this time. It was
me either. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I plead innocent. I plead 100% innocent on that one. Okay. So Sandy Golston, BookTube TV. I am also a writer and a person who loves consuming books. Steph gives me a hard time because I'm all about boarding school books. But I have diversified into college level books as well. So I'm stretching the bounds of my young adult interest here. And I figured that out a little bit more as I went to the bookstore, and I found myself floating around the young adult section probably a little bit too much. But hey, it was all good. I came back with 6 books, so that was really good. So, but that's what I do, and just excited to get here and get some work in today.
Nice. Awesome. So what are you guys working on today? What is your productivity of the day? What is the goal?
So
I'm armed and ready.
Oh, look at that. Very nice. Are you annotating or what are you doing?
No. Planner and then hopefully timeline. I got the timeline to restart me on the there we go. Family background and details for the manuscript I'm working on.
Nice. I love how organized you are.
Very, very nice. I know I need to get on her organization level there. So I'm going to work up, see if I can elevate my game to get on that level. So I am working on book 1 of a 5-book series, and I'm really excited about that. And, I'm about 28,000 words into this first book. And so I'm just really excited about it.
Nice.
Wow. So fast. What about you, Steph?
I am studying. I am reading all the articles that I've been assigned for homework this week. And I've been working on them all day. So halfway there.
Copy machine.
All right, hang on a second. I got to step away for a second. I got to get my power cord.
Yep, no problem.
I've been reading articles too. I get these magazines from my school and then articles in here. And, if you don't start reading them right away, they just sit and accumulate. And then you have a pile of magazines. This one is actually really interesting. It's talking about horseshoe crabs.
Oh, those are
the fact that they use them. They got a special name. What's it called? Arthropods. Arthropods. They're something from them is used for every vaccine for COVID.
Oh,
so that's why it's an article. Yeah. Cool beans.
Sweet.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna read the articles during this time.
Sure you don't want to? Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. So you're right. You guys are writing. I'm reading. And we usually do about 25-minute sprints. And I do have some questions for our what's it called? Break.
Intermission? Break?
Intermissions, yeah.
Yes, I do have questions for you guys later. So I guess I'll let you know what they are now. So maybe you could start thinking about that.
Okay.
So questions are going to be, what is your favorite video that you've made recently? Can you recommend any feel-good songs, channels, or other things that you like to have in the background while you're working, reading, studying, writing, whatever you like to do? Shout out to channels like we usually do every sprint. And then also most anticipated books for the second half of the year. So.
Oh, that's a hard one. Okay.
So I guess we'll talk about those during our after our first couple sprints. So
Ooh, okay.
how long do we want to do? 20 or 25?
I'd say at least 25.
25?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with 25.
Okay. Cool. All right. So should we just jump into this first one?
Let's do it.
All right. I've got the tomato timer. My snack is still heating up, so I might go grab that in a second.
Oh, wait a minute. What kind of snack you got? Is there anything really cool?
Oh, I've got some samosas. So
Ooh.
what do they got inside? I think they've got chickpeas inside and some
Leveling up.
and
Nice.
so good.
I was contemplating slicing up the peaches and plums that we have to make a crisp for dessert as one of my productivity sprints, and I was like, nah, too messy.
Oh, but that
That's
could
gonna happen
be very,
after. It's gonna happen after.
all right. That could be an interesting little sprint there, though. You know, little tutorial
I'll
action going there.
I'll show you on Instagram, or I'll tag you on Twitter later. You guys will see the finished product. It'll be good.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll chill and hang out and see how everyone's doing. Anyone who's in the chat, please let us know what you're working on. If you're writing or reading or doing laundry, doing dishes, doing something way cooler, please let me know.
I literally could be doing all of those things right now and still like, I mean, like I don't even want to look at my kitchen right now. It's right in front of me too. That's just, yeah, that's kind of intimidating.
Yeah, I'll probably end up turning on the laundry machine in a minute.
Oh, I got to finish up laundry too. That's going too. So
you can like multitask, right? Laundry and sprints at the same time. All right. 25 minutes. Hi, thanks for coming.
Hey.
Let's get started. Ready, set, go. Happy sprinting. We're back.
We are indeed.
Sorry, did I scare you, Margaret?
No. I was like going, no. Like, yeah, just resisting as usual. You guys have read The Art of War, Stephen Pressfield?
Oh, I hate that book.
The War of Art. Oh, you hate that book? Oh,
that book.
Oh,
Margaret, that was the first
Really?
book review I did on my YouTube channel.
Oh my God.
oh, a little history.
It's been like 10 years since I read it. I don't know what I think about it now, but I remember the concept of resistance and feeling like that felt so true. So, okay. Maybe I have to read it again and,
I have
started.
I mean, I can't remember them right now. I'd have to go back to last year's video because it's been over a year since going on a year and a half since I read it to watch that video, but
hot takes on
everybody
the booktube field.
Everybody should have to go watch their first booktube video and see and do like a then and now comparison.
Oh yeah, I mean there's been upgrades, so that's good. But how'd you guys do?
Good. So I was working on my planner stuff, and I need to work on as many pieces of paper at once. That's how I work. So I got a notepad, and I got like the rest of July sort of mapped out what I need to do. But then I was also setting up events and stuff on StreamYard because like I got events to run, which is exciting, and Sandy's part of one. So very exciting.
Ooh, what's the event? What are you doing? Can we know? Is it a secret?
It's not a secret. It's not a secret TBR. No. Well, I mean, we have this that we were supposed to do in July, but I don't think that's like mapped out yet. So, no, it's an author due panel, and it's going to be called Authors Sliced and Diced. So it's basically like the pie chart of what you do with your marketing. Like, how do you decide what to share, and like what do you put out, and how does it strengthen your relationships with your audience? So if you're a cat mama, you want to share pictures of your cat. But, I want to draw out the other folks like Sandy and Sarah and Marilyn and see what they share, because that's fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So all that stuff.
Nice.
How about you, Sandy?
Cool. So I was doing some writing, but I actually did a little bit more research. There were a couple of things that I had to look up. So I did that. I did end up getting 347 words written. So that ended up being pretty good. I got into a little bit of a groove there, but yeah, I did a little bit of research because I was creating a scene, and so I needed some comparative information to bring it to life a little bit more. So I was working on that and getting that done, and I'm creeping up on 30,000 words in book one. So getting ready to hit that little milestone there, getting ready to that milestone.
Nice. Look at you, just plowing through.
No,
make
I
it
can't believe
happen.
it. Is that a Voltron fist? I'm missing.
I don't know. I'm just working this
No longer a webcam. This is a speed bag.
You can do the dap right there, or you can do the high five if you need to.
I love a good internet high five.
Yeah, I got your nice little beverage there going, rocking and rolling here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just water. Did you read many articles, Steph, or take notes?
I finally finished the one that I've been annotating all afternoon. It was a 50-page article, which I'm at this point where I wish the articles we were reading for grad school counted on my Goodreads reading challenge for the year. I would have hit my goal already because they're so long. But yeah, I finished it and I started the next one, so making progress.
I read an interview that was like 4 pages long, and someone had put it on Goodreads, and I was like, "Sure, I'll take it."
Take it.
Why did I just blank on his name? Yeah, Detroit. Woo.
Yes, actually, I'm originally from Detroit, and actually it's interesting because I was actually down in Detroit this weekend. I was visiting my mom, so I shot down there for a quick visit, and so I had this shirt in my bag, and like every 10 people in the Detroit area has this shirt. So it was interesting. I actually did not have mine on yesterday, but I ran into at least 2 people that had the shirt on. So,
wow.
So yeah, it's still a popular shirt. It really blew up. I don't know, a couple of years ago, it really blew up. So yeah, so gotta rock the Detroit versus everybody because that's how we do.
Is there a story behind it? The defensiveness?
Yeah, it's just us against the world. I mean, this is how we do it. You know, everybody likes to come for us, and so we're ready, man. We're ready, man. That's not a doubt. That's like so yeah, that's how we do. So boom, Detroit versus everybody.
Jocelyn says she grew up just outside of Flint. My dad was born in Flint, so I mean we got all sorts of Michigan connections today.
Flint, right there. Yes. Woo! Flint. Been to Flint. I'm trying to think of the last time I went to Flint. Oh, I flew out of Bishop Airport in Flint. I went to, where did I go? Florida. I think I went to Florida or something like that. But yeah, great. A really nice small airport.
Woo. And then we got a zebra reads.
Yeah.
Midnight. That's midnight. Woo. Late.
Thanks for coming. Well, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you still being able to come. I know it's a crazy time difference and it's a Sunday afternoon here. So thanks for just coming by for whatever you can. If you want to be productive with us, you're more than welcome to, because we're going to do another sprint pretty soon. And sorry about that noise in the background, because I did decide to do
your laundry.
Yeah. I tried a new setting. It's supposed to be the fast setting, like the speed wash setting, but I didn't know it was going to make this kind of noise.
Productivity at its best, baby.
Hey, that is multi-task. My laundry's downstairs, so it'd be pretty hard for me. I'd have to escape for a long time, and so you might have to send out a search party if I had to come back up from.
Right.
But the last load is in the dryer, and it should be done by now.
Cool.
Mine is outside.
Airport, I think it's my second favorite. We have favorite airports.
Yeah, Bishop is a cool airport. It's a very new-ish airport, so it's really cool.
I've never really thought about my favorite airport.
I think they all kind of blur together for me sometimes. I've been to so many over the years. I'm trying to think of like some of the big ones. Like Detroit Metropolitan Airport, that's a big one. SeaTac in Seattle, I was in that one a couple years ago.
I'd probably say Reagan National, because it goes right into DC and gets you onto the metro instead of the stupid bus to the metro to the whatever. So, but normally I only have negative feelings about airports.
I will tell you though, one cool one that I did go to, I got to go to Love Field in Dallas, where President Kennedy came in. Unfortunately, before he was assassinated, but I'm like, there's the history nut in me is just like that was just really cool to go to that airport.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Newark Airport in New Jersey, is the closest one to my house, but been to JFK Airport, LaGuardia Airport. Yeah, I don't have positive connotations with airports, so I don't know if I have.
O'Hare in Chicago.
Justin said Reagan National is her least favorite, along with Orlando. Aww. Your favorite? What? Oh my gosh.
What's a list of airports? Okay, I'm so intrigued.
I mean, Iceland was tiny. That was a good experience. It was they didn't have a lot of great food options, and the lines were really long, and there was nowhere to go, and it was very far from the town. So I'd put that down on the list.
Well, I guess vicariously living through my husband when he traveled to Honduras, I know has one of the most dangerous airport landings, I think, because it's in between 2 mountains. And so the pilots have to be specially trained to fly. It's a very short landing strip in between 2 very close mountains or something. I just remember him coming back and getting a phone call saying, "I'm alive."
How much? Do they pass out anxiety medication while you're on the plane instead of peanuts? I mean, seriously.
I don't know.
Would you like peanuts or would you like anxiety meds?
Your favorite. Okay.
paper butterflies. That's really cool.
Holding 100 paper butterflies for a frame and got them
Ooh.
organized and glued down. Oh, that sounds really nice. Are you going to post pictures?
Oh yeah, we need to see some pictures of that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You know what I always wanted to make though? Now that she mentions that, I always wanted to make the paper cranes that they used to make all the time. They probably still make. I always wanted to try to make those, but you can do a tutorial on that or something?
Absolutely. I teach it as a part of my curriculum.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
you need to do a tutorial video of that.
We should. I do a project with my students on like a different art appreciation from around the world. And so when we get to Japan, then we do like the 1,000 paper cranes project. It's really nice.
Do you read Sadako and the paper cranes to go with
Yeah,
it?
we do.
Oh,
Tearjerker every time.
it's a good childhood memory, yeah.
Boston Lagoon was one of the weirdest landings. It was dark and all we could see was water. Oh, that's scary.
Oh,
That's cool. That's
I
like
will say,
smooth. Yeah.
Boston and New York are definitely on my bucket list. I need to get to those two cities. Those are two I want to go to.
Yes, come visit me, Sandy.
Definitely. I got to do it. It's just never been there. I've actually never been to California either.
I've never been to California either. I do want to go to California.
You haven't lived until you've made it out west. Wow.
Then again, I've never been to Vegas either. So I gotta get to Vegas.
Me neither.
Right?
1,000 cranes?
Please for your wedding.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Wow.
Awesome.
That is a lot of cranes.
That is awesome. And he says we'll be putting pictures on Instagram. Yep, I do follow you on Instagram. So everyone go follow Andy. Because I'm having to start a small business to sell the frames. Oh, that's so cool.
How many cranes per frame? Like, are they in the frame or are they part of the?
Yeah. How big are the frames?
Yeah. That sounds cool, but I'm
awesome.
not picturing it. Yeah.
And are you gonna
go look
or through your website or something? That's really, really cool. Yay! Support small businesses.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That is such a good thing. Yeah. Let me know. I'll definitely go and look and get that ad on so I can check it out.
All right. So do we want to answer our first question?
What do we got?
What's the first question?
First question is, what is your favorite video that you've made recently?
Oh.
Okay.
Let Sandy go first on this one because I've been going.
Oh, I'll tell you what. So the one that I made most recently, so I was talking about this book right here, The President's Daughter by Bill Clinton and James Patterson. So I did this video because the previous collaboration between these two was controversial because a lot of Republicans don't like Bill Clinton. Well, maybe a lot of people don't like Bill Clinton, Republican and Democrat, but I don't know. But anyway, so a lot of people were bad-mouthing and thumbs-downing this book before it even was released. And so I know, Margaret, we talked about that with another book that came out by Robin DiAngelo and how her book was being one-starred because people didn't like the subject matter. And so I just did a video about, giving a book a chance, judging it on its own merit rather than judging something that you don't like before you've actually read it. So you don't like the author, you don't like the subject matter, or because you think you're going to disagree with the subject matter, you decide not to give it a chance. So that was a fun video to do. And, it was just something a little bit different than what I've done recently. So it was kind of nice to do something off the beaten path.
Right. You can not like the thing, but don't evaluate it like you read it because that's not true. Yes. You didn't read it, so you can't have an opinion on the work itself. You're just, yeah.
Especially pre-release. You know what I mean? Like pre-release.
Yeah. My nephew is reading that book right now. He's staying with us, and he is says he likes the first book, and so he's reading the second one.
Yeah, the first book was good. It was like this one. It was a long book. It was long, but it was extremely detailed, though, with a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And so I definitely appreciated that part of it, just to kind of see behind the scenes of how some of these things work in a presidential administration or campaign or whatnot.
Nice. I've never read a James Patterson. Margaret's like, no. Hype scares me, Sandy. Hype scares me. Same reason I haven't read Riley Sager.
That's not the reason I haven't read it.
Riley Sager's got a little controversy out right now. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up on that.
I've been off the grid.
Yeah. So Grady Hendrix came out with this book, The Final Girls Support Group. And it's very similar to Riley Sager's first book, Final Girls. And so he tweeted some shade about, I can't remember exactly what it said, something about people who copy the original are never as good as the original or something like that. He was shading Grady Hendrix's book just before it came out or maybe on the release date or something like that. So it blew up in Twitter big time, and he ended up deleting the tweet and then apologizing for it afterward. But it was kind of a interesting little controversy there. So it was something that was a trip. That was a trip.
Interesting. So the concept was similar in more than just the title? Is that what?
It was very similar. I think some people have said that Hendrix was maybe either wrote the book. I don't know. He had the concept. He had a book written or something years before, and he just now released it or something like that. I don't know, but it was kind of weird. Like he, I think Riley Sager got caught up in his emotion and kind of dropped that little nugget there. So, but it's been interesting because some people have been riding him a little hard. They don't like his latest book as much as some of the other books. So, yeah. So it's in some ways been a good and tough time lately for Riley Sager.
Darn. Well, he's raking in all that money. Sorry, I can't feel sorry for him.
Riley Sager's still auto-buy for me, though. I'm still auto-buying Riley Sager. For now.
There's my point. Yeah.
Oh, does everyone have well, we know who Sandy's auto-buy author is. Margaret, do you have an auto-buy author?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Margaret. Oh, my goodness.
What? A lot of authors I follow go off in different directions. And so I can't say that I'm going to read everything that they write.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll say this. Taylor Jenkins Reid might become my next auto-buy. I really love her writing. I've talked about the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I really, really, really liked. So, and I've heard Malibu Rising is good. So she might become another auto-buy.
Yes. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh my gosh. Even though I've only read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, I loved it so much. So, yes. Jocelyn says, Palm Springs was an awesome airport. No problem. Please give us recommendations so I know where not to fly out of.
I'm all about Palm Springs, whether the airport is nice or not. I just think Palm Springs just sounds really cool. So not quite, I wonder, is that Southern Florida? Not quite sure where that is.
Sure.
Palm Springs? It's in California.
Oh, see? I don't know.
There you go.
And this is why we're not geographers. Okay.
Exactly. That's why we Google everything.
Oh, Ashley says I'm referring to the James Patterson, Bill Clinton books, I'm assuming. First one I haven't read it yet.
Maybe Riley Sager? I don't know.
And Jocelyn's read 2 Riley Sager books. They didn't do anything. Okay.
See, yeah, Riley Sager's hit or miss. There's one of them I really like. One of his books I really like. The Last Time I Lied, I really liked that one. That was that was my summer camp trope thing that I was really feeling that one. So I bid on that one pretty hard. I liked that one. Final Girls was okay. And then what's his third one was Lock Every Door. That was pretty good. Home Before Dark was okay. Survive the Night, the one that just came out, not my favorite.
You got
Palm Springs is surrounded by snow-capped mountains, but you're in the desert. It's amazing. Oh, interesting. Interesting. And auto-buy authors, we got Casey Clare. I almost like Cassandra.
It is. Yeah.
Yes. Angie Thomas. Yeah. There's only one Angie Thomas book I haven't read. but I read The Hate You Give, which was really good. And then Concrete Rose was really good, the prequel to The Hate You Give.
So how about you, Margaret? What is a video
Recent video.
Proud of? Yes.
Well, I did one today. So I learned from a fellow booktuber, John at Hey Y'all Listen Up. He did a really great tutorial about things he'd learned on BookTube since he'd started. And one of the things was that when you do standalone book reviews, those are the kinds of videos that don't get a lot of views when they're released, but amass them over time because people search for those. And if they're coming to you via search, that means that they're new people. And so I've had a lot of like a small community for a long time and haven't grown very fast. And so I'm like, okay, I need to get new readers. And so I thought, oh, book reviews, like duh. So I did my first one today and I did it live because I couldn't be bothered to record and everything because I got all this other stuff going on, visiting my parents, having my nephew here, doing stuff. And it went well. I did a review of Wild Woman and the Blues by Denny S. Bryce, which I really, really enjoyed as an audiobook, as a fellow historical fiction author, as a person who was on A Mighty Blaze, who I got to listen to the interview of. Like, there are all these great things I got to learn about it. And so that was a great start to my, like, get this book, it's so good.
There's a term for that. It's called evergreen content.
Yeah.
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 Which is very true. Yeah.
You know, I've seen a lot of people that do well, like especially people that get NetGalley, and they can get books out before other people do. And sometimes if people are really excited and they get their reviews out really early, and then like you guys were saying, then people start searching for it later, and then they start finding you through search. And that's a way to get some people eventually down the line, especially if you can get it out first and get a lot of views and build some credibility.
Right.
Yeah. I have NetGalley. My score is probably so low right now.
Yeah, probably negative.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I love the idea of reading books before they come out, but I love a good backlist book too. Like I love you know, been sitting on my shelf staring at me for months. I'll get to you.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Steph? You've been doing a lot of sprints. Do you have a different video or a sprint that you're particularly proud of lately?
I have, and hi, thanks for coming. Okay, so speaking of evergreen content, I recently put out a video that's not performing very well, but that's okay because I'm really proud of that video. Like, I put out an anime review video, and it single book reviews or just reviews of things that I really enjoy take me time. Because I feel like with something that's negative, I have a whole list of reasons why I didn't like this. This could have been better, right? Whatever. But when I love something, it's just I want to scream, "It's great!" and I don't have any coherent thoughts. So it took me like weeks to months to put out single book reviews for like books that I really like. And I started doing that recently. We're just like trying to get the review out. So I feel pretty good about this.
Same wavelength. There we go.
Yeah. So cool. Should we do another sprint?
A sprint.
Ready?
Definitely.
Was 25 or you want to do 20?
Do we think we'll do 3? I probably have to end at 6, so I don't know if we'll be able to fit 3 in before that.
So you want to do 2 of 20 instead of 25?
We can do that.
Does that work?
Time?
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. Yeah. How do I edit you? Stop. Let's go back.
Don't you edit me, girl.
How do I edit this? No, I won't. Hold on. Google.
Oh. Is that Alex that a zebra reads? You said her name before. A zebra reads.
Oh, Andy?
Andy. Yeah. I don't understand anything because it doesn't get anime.
Oh, you watched it? Hey.
Uh-oh.
Even if you didn't watch the show, that is so sweet of you.
Real fans. True fans.
Yes. Internet 5. Woo.
Nice.
All right. Okay, cool. I got it working. So let me share screen, and then you don't have to listen to my rumbly washing machine anymore. This is a bad idea.
Oh, or my clock.
Oh, cartoon races. Did I do that with you guys?
Yeah, we've never had that, have we?
Oh, okay. No, we're doing that. All right, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna make it a surprise. Hold on. Wait. That's the best kind. Hold on. Thank you for keeping me on brand. I appreciate this. Let's go with the snails. Okay, we're gonna do 20 minutes of snail. Okay, sharing screen, and then you can take your bets. All right, so
That's very diverse, by the way. I like that.
So do you bet blue shell, green shell, purple shell, or yellow shell? Who will win this race in the next 20 minutes? Snail derby, yeah.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go with yellow shell guy.
I'm gonna go purple.
Margaret says blue. Place your bets. Okay, and then do your best to be productive. All these snails have at it. Ready, set, go. And we're done. Who won? Purple. Woo! Good job, Purple. Team Purple for the win.
Not me. Not me.
I see you, Purple. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, this chat was so funny.
Look at Purple.
Oh, you guys are great. Okay, what did you guys think of the snail timer? Was it too distracting? Should we go back to regular timer?
I like the
Do you
snail.
have other? Yeah. Are there other options for like things that will race, cartoon races?
Yes, I do. I have lots of options.
Let's see them. That'd be fun.
Okay. So we can move through for the last sprint after we take a quick break. So yeah, Purple. Okay, so I have to say I just went and added that book that you just bought, Margaret, to my TBR because
Yay. I mean, yeah, it sounds really good. And the reason I was like, yes, definitely support Christy, but also finally bought it was that another friend in common called it a modern classic. Like, it was so good. It was so, like, standing on its own. And I thought, well, okay, well, then I got to read it. Like, that's a high standard.
I said horror and gothic, and that's all I needed. So that's all we had to
do. There you go.
Awesome. How'd your sprinting go, guys?
So I ended up with 508 words written. So got into a nice little groove right there.
It's that purple snail energy.
I mean, Purple was lagging along, and I felt like I had to step it up for Purple, and maybe I could be like an inspiration to Purple to elevate its game a little bit more. And then all of a sudden, I'll be damned if Purple didn't respond.
You guys were in cahoots. How about you, Margaret?
Well, I got a text from my sister that another dishwasher is broken, and like things are just sort of crazy here. My parents are on, so my nephew is visiting, and my mom called my sister to have a conversation so that one brother could talk to the other brother. I don't know. We're on Zoom all the time now, so there's lots of things going on in the background. So I'll probably go back on mute real quick. But yeah, I just continued doing the same thing. I was catching up on the books. I don't know if this happens to you, but I look at my book count on Storygraph and it's like not adding up with the count in my notebook. And I'm like, how did this happen? Because I miss them. Sometimes I go through too fast, or I write it down, or I digitally write it and it doesn't match up, and then drives me crazy because then I have to go through all 80 books that I've read so far this year and go, okay, which one did I miss? So yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, my Storygraph is way off from my Goodreads count. I need to go and update. I mean, I haven't updated my Storygraph in a while, but also same thing, like I'll miss books and it's pretty off. So gotta go fix that.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta get back on my Storygraph game. Yeah, I've been slacking on that. I gotta get back on that.
Mm-hmm.
I did like being able to see the pie charts of the nonfiction to fiction, because someone just mentioned that. And I was like, oh, what is mine? And then I looked, and they're doing this free trial for the plus version, so I could see all that stuff real easily. And I was like, oh, cool, plenty of nonfiction. Okay. I was in the more than 300 pages long books, and then I popped down once I added the ones that I'd forgotten. I thought, I'm not reading tiny books, I swear.
I know. I feel like most of the books that I've read no, I can't say most because most of them, but like the more prominent books of this year were really chunky, like over 500 pages. But if you look at the graphs, it's way less than that. And I'm like, no.
It's frequency rather than,
Yeah.
10 pages and I made a cup of tea.
Yes.
I like this because it makes me think of Jodie Foster. Anyone old enough to get that reference?
Yeah. And I did not read very much because I'm doing a lot of annotating, so it's going. Yeah. All right.
I got to get my nonfiction game going though. I've been really bad with nonfiction, so I got to get that done.
Yes, I do want to do more nonfiction. I want to do more historical fiction too. Maybe next year that'll be a goal. I think I've said that twice today. That historical
goal.
fiction is a goal for like 2022.
Oh, okay. Andy's saying too Scottish for the reference. I'm not sure what that means, but I mean, if you want Scottish, come here. Come read my book. Yeah.
And I lost my sticky note that has my questions.
You got a lot of notes going on there. Look at you. You're such a scholar.
My brain hurts.
Repping your Adidas.
Can we remember what the third one was? It was before the booktuber shout out. It was something else.
Oh.
It was your booktuber, wasn't it?
You had another one.
I did have a question of, do you have any recommendations for songs, channels, or anything that you like to listen to or have in the background while you're working, reading, studying, etc.? What do you guys listen to?
I would say in the background, I'll sometimes, I don't know, like I'll listen to like sprints, like people that are doing sprints, just kind of like listening, or people that have like long, like lives where they're doing like particular topics, and I can, focus more on one task than the other. And then when something catches my ear, then I'll jump on that and follow that for a while. That's typically more so what I do while I'm reading, but also while I'm writing too.
How about you, Margaret?
Recent audio accompaniment to reading has been traffic on Broad Street and the cat wanting to have some attention paid. And that's about it. Like I don't normally listen to music when I'm reading. When I'm writing, if I'm trying to drown out said other noise, often it is what's the channel that I do on Pandora? It's let's see. You might have heard of the band. There's a couple that I mix together. So Elephant Revival is one, and Vessels is the other. And those are bands and songs and, stations that I've curated that are like kind of folksy, kind of soft, like a arrhythmic, so that it's not interrupting and I'm not trying to sing along.
Nice.
Those are good.
All right.
Nice.
No, not this crowd. Not horror and folk music. No, come on.
Well, if I was going to listen to music though, it would have to be like, I don't know. I'd probably get like some, okay, I know it's a Detroit. I'd probably get some Motown music going, just like some energy and some but not like too distracting,
Right.
But yeah, something like that. Some smooth Motown sounds.
Yes. I'm a big ASMR fan now. So I love listening to I put on channels like if I'm in the mood to work, I'll put on library sounds or like office sounds or cafe sounds just to make it sound like I'm in that space. Also, there's a channel called Ambient Worlds, which I really like, and they do background music as if you're in whether you're in a Star Wars world or in The Hobbit, or if you're just in some place and you need some.
I've definitely listened to the background music from the different Hobbit worlds. That's a good one. Yeah, ambient.
Yeah.
What you don't think it's productive when you have someone going?
I've heard that.
I guess if it's rhythmic enough, maybe you could get into it. You start tapping your hand to it a little bit, tapping your foot. No, it's not.
No.
It's worth a try.
Reading all your physical books, that is a pipe dream for me.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for me.
But good luck. I hope you get to do it.
Reach for the stars.
Yes, and showing some love for Margaret. Woo woo.
Correct spellings of the Gallic. I mean, there's multiple spellings that are correct, but thank you for agreeing with me.
Yes, got some Motown love going on. And 2021. All right, cool. So, do we want to shout out some channels before we jump into our next sprint really quick? Anyone got could be one, could be two channels that you want to shout out?
Sandy, go first.
I'll go for it. So one I was looking at, because she does some different types of topics, and she does a lot of YA, which I, of course, as we all know, I like definitely some YA. So Books with Emily Fox. She's not exactly a small booktuber. She's got more than 100,000 subscribers, but she has done some really cool videos, and it's actually interesting. A couple that I've recently watched of hers is worst popular YA books that BookTube made her read, which I thought was kind of an interesting title. And
that she liked?
What's that?
That she liked?
No, worst popular YA books that BookTube made her read. So.
Okay. Yeah, popular, but they were worst for her. Okay, got it.
Yeah, did not work for her. So, and then popular standalone books worth the hype, which is kind of interesting because the trend has typically been more to book series as opposed to standalone books. And so sometimes people, at least what I hear, people tend to gravitate more toward a series rather than standalone books. And so, I mean, from an author standpoint, I know people are like, except Margaret, but I think from an author standpoint, like that's why I'm doing this series, because I've never really written a series before. So I'm actually kind of excited to jump into that and do something a little bit off the beaten path for me instead of always doing standalone.
Right.
Yeah,
okay, I put my 2 in the chat. Sorry. So I just wanted to put those up because they are the authors that are going to be with Sandy and me for the August AuthorTube panel on slicing and dicing our author presence. Sarah DeVello is a powerhouse of mystery and thrillers. She has a Facebook group that she just started. She interviews all these great mystery thriller authors, including some huge names. And so I think I sent one of the most recent ones that talked about boarding schools and stuff to Sandy. And I don't know if you caught that in your comments like maybe a week ago. But so Sarah and I have worked together on A Mighty Blaze, and her YouTube channel is like her smallest little boat of frailty out on the ocean. And so if you want to go sign up with her, she has great author interviews and she's a powerhouse. Like I said, super enthusiastic and great. And Marilyn Maya Mendoza is also known as the baby boomer booktuber. So she started her channel at 70 last year and is coming up on 71. And she is out in Hawaii and she is not afraid to share her opinions. And she does like all these fun, like dancing things and wears fascinators and reads lots of different books. And she's got great stuff going on. So I love the, very different opinions and different genres we're going to get on this panel.
Yes. Did you have them on your channel, Margaret? I know I saw something with them recently.
Not recently. I had Sarah on like in January, and Marilyn I have not. So
okay, yeah, that's super exciting. Yay. Yeah, big moves. What you got, Sandy? Oh, okay.
Another again.
Nice.
Yeah,
These are great recommendations.
So that was my other recommendation. Michael Laron of Author Level Up. He's a great, for those of you who are writers, especially whether you're starting or you're advanced, he offers a lot of great tips like writing software, editing tips, finding agents, publishers, editing tips, just all kinds of stuff that you might need as an author. Again, whether you're established or you're on the come up, he's got some really good stuff. And so, yeah, I check him out a lot.
Nice. Awesome. Who am I shouting out? There's so many people. And this is always a hard one for me. But I'm gonna shout out, let's see. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go with a book blog. A friend of mine, Ari from Bookish Valhalla. is also a booktuber, but most of their content, they don't really post on BookTube anymore. Now they switched over to book blog. And I loved Ari's article or post that she did recently about book or reader burnout and booktubing burnout.
Oh.
And different recommendations on how you can combat that while still being productive, and which I thought was really, really good. And then,
it didn't happen to me.
It can't happen.
I have too much writer burnout. I have no reader burnout. I don't know. Uneven powers here.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I'm kind of like reading slumpy right now because I just don't have brain cells.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I am right now with physical books a little bit. I'm kind of struggling a little bit, but I did an audiobook. I did another audiobook yesterday, and it went really well. So it all sunk in. But yeah, physical books, I don't know. I've been struggling a little bit with that one.
Which one?
The audiobook I did? Yeah, it was The Escape Room by Megan Golden.
Oh. The locked room mystery?
What's that?
Was it a locked room mystery?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Truth in advertising.
In an elevator. In an elevator, too.
Ooh, I haven't read any locked room mysteries. I've seen movies and TV shows, but I've not read a book with that.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah. It was interesting. I don't know. Like, I read her other book, The Night Swim, but this one would.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what author I'm talking. Yeah. So I don't know. I think this one, the audiobook, I think maybe gave it a different feel than the physical book reading it would have given it. So I think you were kind of able. The narrator did a really good job of bringing that book to life.
Nice.
Well, the good ones always do.
Yeah. And then I think the last channel I'm going to shout out is going to be an art channel. I don't think I've mentioned them before on any of our sprints together. So Art Prof, which I recommend, is it was founded by a former professor at RISD, which is one of the top tier art college in the United States. But actually left their position at RISD to be a full-time YouTubing, providing services for artists that are usually pretty expensive and offering them either free or reasonably priced.
Wow.
Which is really cool. And they have art streams, which they'll invite graduate students on to give advice for their portfolios, which is for free, which is fantastic.
That's really awesome.
Sweet.
So I've heard of RISD, but what is the name of the channel? Art Prof?
Art Prof. Like
Art
professor.
Prof.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Nice.
All right. So should we do another sprint?
Let's sprint.
Last one. All right. I'm going to share screen so you guys can help me choose what our next is.
I want to see if I can go 2-0. Let's see if we can go 2-0, baby.
Let's see. Okay. Here we go. All right. So we did snails. We got ducks, dinosaurs, horses, birds.
Pigeons even. Let's go ducks. I want to go duck.
Duck?
Let's go
Yeah.
duck.
Let's go duck.
Rubber duckies.
Mighty duck.
So this episode, what do you call an article? What do you call a volume of a magazine?
Issue?
Volume.
Issue. Yeah.
Thank you. This issue of the magazine is all about oceans. And one of the things they talked about was when a huge shipment of friendly floaties in 1992 got overturned in a specific place in the North Atlantic or somewhere, and how they've tracked these 4 specific floaties, like ducks, pigs, turtles, something, because they're special colors and they're recognizable. And so they were using them to track the currents of the ocean over 20 years. And now you hardly see them anymore because they've all sunk or whatever. But I thought that was so cool. So anyway, friendly floaty race. Let's go.
Margaret's hyped. Hyped for these ducks. Oh, thank you for that historical context.
Yes, oceanography. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but
these are funky ducks. Okay.
Like a British duck up top. What is going on with him?
Okay.
It's either British or Russian. It's obviously mine.
Yeah, Russian. What the heck? I mean, talk about expressing your individuality. Holy cow.
Right. Okay.
So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys can make your bets for your ducks.
I'm going with purple polka dots. I mean, I think I'm going to stick with purple or whatever
Yep,
it is.
on a winning streak. 4, 1, 1. Okay. I'm gonna choose one of our vanilla ducks. I'm gonna go with 2.
Vanilla. Uh,
All right, on your marks, get set, go.
cool.
Duck number 2. Go team. Go team.
Lame duck indeed.
Look at this duck. Look at him.
Oh, that was fun.
There's like not even any competition. I mean, this is just unreal.
Hashtag self-satisfied duck.
Oh my goodness.
It's got that smug look.
If this was the Olympics, that duck would have to be tested just to make sure there's no performance enhancing drugs going on here.
Oh boy.
I'm suspicious.
Oh goodness. Yes, his performance enhancement was helium.
Look at the cocky look on his face. Look at that.
Cocky. So cocky, so smug.
Unbelievable, man.
Right. Oh, that chat was so fun. You guys are funny. Okay, so wait, Margaret. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce the first one. Can you pronounce this for me?
Mealy?
Millie?
Mealy.
Mealy? Just calling it Mealy?
That's how it's pronounced. I don't know.
Oh,
Mealy, Goss, Donnelly, Chandler. I think there's no H in it. I always want to put an H, but there's no H.
I like the silent H. It just feels more sophisticated.
I agree. Let's go with that one. My vote's there.
Okay. Hope I don't get in trouble with the vacuum company that is in existence now. I don't think it's related, but maybe I'll put the H in there just for kicks.
Or you can make it silent in the beginning and put Mhiele. Mealy? Will it still be the same?
But then if you're reading it with the Gallic, it would be Veely because MH is a V sound.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Logic. I don't know.
I have a silent H in my name, so it can work. It could work.
True. It's true. Yeah.
Well, how'd your sprint
go, guys? Thank you. Good.
What'd you get done?
I switched to the writing side and I went through the mother's and father's backstory and dates for the main character. And the name that you chose, Mealy, is one of the movers and shakers of the printing business in Chicago in the 1890s. So they're going to be who she works for a few years, and something happens with them. So I didn't know which one to choose.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
How about you, Sandy?
I'm personally impressed that you're using graphing paper because I don't know how many people use graphing paper anymore. So shout out.
There's like 2 pages left.
And you are
called scratch paper. Scratch paper, yeah.
I'm
Marie Kondo instinct.
I'm impressed. All right, so I got 453 words done. So I'm in a really, really nice groove right now. I am, I'm just doing really well right now. So I'm excited. Good progress going. Had to make. I got in the flow, and I had to make a slight tweak to my outline because I just wanted to go in a different direction. So that caused a little bit of a chain of events to start cascading down that I had to fix. So, but it was worth it.
Nice. Bye.
Yay.
Good Sunday's work.
Yeah.
So Margaret, do you deviate from the outline very much when you're writing, or do you stick pretty true to it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I evolved from being a pantser, so no outline, into having an outline and trying to have one, but I'm a discovery writer, so I only discover what's happening when I actually write it out, and then it just keeps changing, which is really just like inventing itself as I go. So
yeah. I mean that's a whole nother video that we could do right there. But yeah, I do a pretty broad outline where I can just kind of work and put the specifics in as I move along, just with more broad parameters to work within those. But then if I feel like changing the broad parameters, then there's no concrete rule that says I can't do that. So
right.
Yeah.
I got historical facts like, wait, the telegraph wasn't in that area yet. I can't have that message delivered, and now I'm stuck. And now they don't move across the ocean, and dang it, I have to change half the book. That kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay.
Would you read, Steph?
Well, I'm over halfway with my article. Woo!
Yay!
But I ended up pausing that for a little bit to do some work on a show that I'm curating in 2 weeks, trying to get the writing done for that. So
Is it a readathon?
no, I'm curating an art exhibit in 2 weeks.
Oh, that kind of show.
Curating? Yeah, no, that's that kind of show.
Nice.
So it's exciting. It's only going to be up for a week. So I'm trying to get the writing and stuff together and then trying to organize what the space is going to look like and potentially bringing in another artist. So
Cool.
Really cool. Yeah. It's very exciting. Oh, and you got 30 pages of 1,000 ships, which is a classic. Sorry, not classic. Classical times.
30 pages.
One of the ancient. Very good.
Very nice. I like
I've
that.
heard good things. I've heard good things of that book, so hope it's good.
All right. And also Team Duck 2. Yes.
Hey, you know what? I'm happy for you guys. I mean, I should have known that one of the two generic ducks in the middle was going to win. I just,
Yeah.
you know,
I gave it to you.
yeah,
Sandy, you're such a team player.
I am. I just, yeah, I should have saw it, but you know what? I'll sacrifice for the greater good to spread the wealth, and yeah.
All right. So I guess before we head out soon, my last question to everyone to increase our never-ending TBR, because that is our bread and butter, is most anticipated books for the second half of the year. What are they? Do you have any?
Okay, so I just did the mid-year book freakout, and the only one that I can think of right off the top of my head is Kaya Anderson's Sisters in Arms. So she is an African-American author doing women soldiers in World War II, and she sounds amazing. So I think it might be out like in the next week or two, so it's not a very far anticipation, but she was at the conference I went to, and she just sounded really cool. So there you go. Sorry, Kaya Alderson, not Anderson. Kaia.
I'm looking it up. Oh, I think I found it. This is it, right?
Doing some
Sisters in Arms. Yes, I love the cover.
There we go.
Snazzy.
Cool. Oh, a novel of the daring Black women who served during World War II. Okay. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. And it comes out, August 3rd. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so pretty soon.
Woo. How about you, Sandy?
So does it have to be a release that's coming out, or just something we're looking forward to reading no matter what?
Either one is fine.
Okay. So Margaret was looking kind of salty when you said that, but yeah, I'm you know what? I've talked about actually all three of them here that I'm thinking about. The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I'm too lazy to go in the other room and grab it, but I do have it in the other room. And then the other two that I talked about. Of course, Malibu Rising, and then The President's Daughter. Those are the ones that I'm thinking about. The other one, that's a possibility too, is Ace of Spades is the other one I'm excited about. I've had this one for a while, and I definitely want to pick it up. Stuff. This kind of goes against your norm right there. So it might not be your jam, so to speak. But you know what? It sounds really interesting.
Is it set in high school?
It is, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's got a good mystery element to it, though.
Okay.
Which one's
got a lot of hype?
Oh,
got a lot of hype.
Oh, I think the one that Margaret mentioned is supposed to be a book of the month pick, I think.
Malibu Rising is a book of the month pick. I know that.
Yeah.
Probably a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
Sisters in Arms might be upcoming or has been. And more recommendations. Thank you, Margaret. I think Queen.
Well, I had to cheat now that Sandy said where he has. So I also put the one that I'm thinking I'll read next month, which is Island Queen by Vanessa Riley.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and Sisters in Arms is going to be or has been.
Yay! Awesome.
Cool.
Sandy can order it since he's the Book of the Month groupie.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that one out. I missed that one in Book of the Month. I got to check that out. I haven't seen that one in there.
Cool.
Got a couple weeks.
Yeah. I am not a big, I'm not big on pre-ordering books, but I am really excited for Becky Chambers' newest release, which I don't think did it come out already? Psalm for the Wild Built, I think it's called.
I've definitely seen that cover. Yeah.
Yes.
Looks very cool. I don't know if it's out yet.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
I've seen reviews of it.
Anything she writes. Oh, it did come out. It came out last week. I gotta go get it.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So, yes, I'm so excited.
Do we know if Sandy's the next one up, right? Sandy's channel next month?
It is on me. We'll work out we'll get in the Twitter chat and we'll come up with a time for August. August gets crazy because I'm on a college campus, so it's late August gets kind of wild. So I'm guessing probably the 15th or the 22nd, one of those 2 dates in August. We'll just figure out which one works best.
Cool. Yes. So please, everyone who's here, thank you so much, you guys, for coming. And if you want to catch more of our live streams, Sandy and Margaret's channels are linked in the description below. And we try to do this once a month, writing, reading, productivity, whatever you want to do, sprinkling. So we will be on Sandy's channel next month. And that was fun. Thanks, you guys.
That was a lot of fun. Thanks, everybody.
Hope we jazzed up your Sunday evening.
Shout out to everybody in the chat for joining us. Great chat.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, you
guys. New people. Thanks.
Troopers. Woo. Go Ducks. Bye, guys.